Bonjour everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am taking you on another Brocante hunting trip today. We're going to Emmaüs in Dijon. Dijon is a city and Emmaüs is a thrift store, and they're all around France, and I usually see that what I find in cities is very different from what I find in the ones that are in the country. Typically, I have the feeling that I find more modern things in the city. So here, right at the entrance, is where all the tableware is, the vaisselle, and all these plates just look very modern to me. They do have floral patterns and stuff, but it is just not the same thing as when you find a really nice terre de fer or transferware item that I seem to find more often in the countryside ones. See, these, for example, are really beautiful. I know a friend of mine has these in her farmhouse here in France, but to me, they just look too modern. It's the finishing. It's just not, for me, the same elegance as the real older style ones. So many of you have let me know that you really appreciate these shopping trips, these Brocante trips. So thank you for sharing that. I absolutely enjoy going there and filming for you. And some of you have also suggested to share why I pick up a certain item and why I don't. So I'm actually preparing a next video for you that is going to be about my love for kitchen and tablewares, and I share what I look for, what I check for, why I leave certain items, and why I buy certain other items. So if that's something that's interesting to you, be on the lookout for that next vlog. I'm still looking for champagne coupes, so I'm taking a look at all the glasses here. I'm also still looking for new glasses for orange juice to serve our guests for their breakfast. And I actually really like the swirl in this glass. They remind me of Arco-Roc Rosaline, the pink swirl glasses that I have many of. And I like the fact that these aren't pink, but they feel a little too small to me. And as always, if you see something that you would have picked up or that you like, please do share it down below in a comment. Okay, all these little decor things, like little statues and stuff, they call that bibelots in French. I'm not really interested in those. They just overwhelm me all the time. It's just not my kind of thing, but I'm filming because it would be so interesting to see what you see. And I think some of you sometimes see gorgeous pieces that I completely miss because just out of pure overwhelm, I tend to skip this whole section. They have champagne coupes here, but these look a little too big for me. I actually spotted two, maybe you spotted them too. Just now I haven't picked them up yet, so I'll go back and pick them up before I leave, of course.
Elles sont parfaites, mais celle-ci, il y a un dessin dedans, non? C'est les mêmes. Il y a un petit dessin dedans, ok? Oh, I had this book when I studied French literature in my 20s, and I gave it away, and I've always regretted that because it had the best recipe for brioche. I'm still trying to find a book with drawings of flowers. I just keep looking. Maybe one day I'll run into it. As you know, interior design and interior decorating is a big passion of mine, and it's always so funny to look at old interior design books and look how incredibly outdated things feel. And I really liked running into this book, and actually I saw they had a whole section on white in your interior, and you can just see how timeless this is. That's just fascinating. I also always have to look through the old books section, and I just love how gorgeous the covers of these were. I can only imagine how different a library must have looked back in the day. And what's really fascinating, I think, is that they don't have a back cover short description of the book, what the book is about, and then all these titles just, I don't know, it's just so fascinating to think what will this book be about? Honestly, I find all these titles incredibly intriguing. I studied French literature, so some do ring a bell, but to be really honest, I spent 5 years in university and I forgot most of it. But yes, you can Google all of these, and I just think these books look so gorgeous. I would almost want to buy all of them. They can be such a nice piece in your interior. You can use them to decorate. It shows the love that people put into making a book back in the day. The furniture section is not very inspiring to me most of the time. I mostly don't like what I see, but I do know there can be really some small treasures hidden here, so I always take a good look around. I'm still looking for 2 tables for the building projects at home, but I didn't see any small farmhouse style table here today that I'm looking for. Merci. I thought this would be nice to put brochures in about sites to visit in our area, because I could keep stacks of the brochures to hand out to our guests and then display them on top. But it's big, I don't have anywhere to put it, but it could be nice to keep this in mind maybe for a future place that I can put this. Some of these older beds are really nice, but unfortunately they are always too small. Standard size is 140 wide by 190 long, which is way too small to our Dutch standards. The Emmaüs that's really close to our home has this wonderful big outdoor space. They call it the parking, and I always find the best earthenware, sandstone crocs and stuff, and they don't really have that here. So I went back to the glasses to see which ones that I would pick up and just to check on them again. And look, I found these champagne coupes, and actually this is exactly the style that I was looking for. All right, we're out. I was in there quite long. I in the end only got this thing that I've got plenty of. I paid €5 for this one. I would have probably paid a little less at my local Emmaüs, but if I would get this at a Brocante shop, it would easily be 25, 30, 60, anywhere in between. And I use these all the time. I have many, but I use them. I think they're really nice just to look at, to decorate like kitchen shelving that you really don't use, or to put like dried flowers in. And I also use these to put some heather in my garden, and then I recently broke one because I forgot to take it inside before the winter frost. And I finally found my champagne coupes, and I really like the detailing on this one. They were 50 cents each. This was obviously a very different one. This, again, I've noticed in recent videos that people get a little confused. This is not a Brocante shop. This is not a curated shop where they pick the best pieces. This is just a thrift store. And so you find everything, and with the things that I'm specifically looking for, I don't have my best finds here, although sometimes, you know, you just have to be lucky. Stuff like this is not something that the average person here picks up, I think. I've only been here maybe 5 times, and I've never seen stuff like this before. This is in the city. This is in Dijon, so I think people bring different things here and people come here for different things. Whereas we in the countryside,
there's just a lot of old farmhouses that get emptied, or when somebody passes away, they empty the house. So you have very different items. I'm happy with my finds for the day. I'm happy to be able to have been able to take you with me. And yeah, this basically shows you, I guess, that when you go out hunt for Brocante, it's really like hit or miss. Sometimes you have days where you find a lot, sometimes you have days where you really don't find anything. Thank you for coming along with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Salut!